Hello again everyone and welcome back to another exciting math video tutorial. In this video we will be talking about lowest common denominator, which is also called least common denominator. So lowest common denominator is LCD and the other one is LCM. So one thing, just keep in your mind that LCD and LCM are essentially the same thing. Let's go ahead and get started with our very first example. We are asked to find the LCD for 6 and 14. So let me show you a really super easy way to do this kind of problem. You have never seen that one before. So I want you to draw a vertical kind of bar like this one, and then I want you to draw a horizontal bar like this one over here, and I want you to put down these numbers 6 and what? 14. Now, before we go any further, I want you to recall your prime numbers. What are the prime numbers? Prime numbers always starts with 2. The next one is 3, 5, 7, 11, and list goes on and on and on. Just keep in your mind, they're going to be very helpful in these kind of problems. So let's ask ourselves, are these two numbers 6 and 14, are these divisible by 2? Yes, of course they are. So we're gonna just simply go ahead and start with the least, the smallest prime number. We're gonna just put down right up here. And let's go ahead and start working on that one. So 2 goes into 6 how many times? 3. 2 goes into 14 how many times? 7. All right, so far so good. So next thing we wanna look at the next, what is the next prime number is what? 3. Ask yourself, the next these two, number 3 and 7, is any one of these numbers divisible by 3? Yes, it is. So I'm going to put down 3 right up here. 3 goes into 3 just once. Does 3 goes into 7 evenly? If it does not go, just leave it as it is. Just put down 7. Let's talk about the next number is what? 5. Is any of these two numbers divisible by 5? Obviously not. So let's move on to next number, which is what? 7. And we can see that 7 divides into 7. So I'm going to put down 7 right up here. Now 7 cannot divide into 1. I will just leave it up as it is. And 7 divides into 7 just once. So once you have got all ones at the bottom, you just stop over here. That is gonna be our stop sign. So I want you to put down stop over here when all ones show up. Now what is going to be next thing? What I want you to do is I want you to multiply all these vertical numbers that you see on the left hand side. So 2 times 3 times 7 is gonna be what? That is gonna be 42. So thus our answer is gonna be what? Our LCD is gonna be simply 42 is our answer. Let's do a couple of more examples to make sure that we get this concept. So let's move on to this example right up here. This is next example. So this example, how are we going to do this one? So once again, I want you to draw the vertical bar like this one. And then I want you to draw a horizontal bar and put down 15 and 20 right up here. So let's ask ourselves is, let's start with the smallest prime number 2. Of course, 2 divides into 20, so I'm going to put down 2 over here. Does 2 divides into 15 evenly? No, just leave it up out there. And does 2 divides into 20 evenly? Yes, so it's going to be a 10. So let's start again. Is these two numbers are still divisible by 2? Is any of them? Yes. So I'm going to put down once again 2. 2 obviously doesn't divide into 15. Just leave it alone. 2 divides into 10. How many times? 5. Now once again I'm going to ask you, are these two numbers still divisible by 2? No, no more. So we're going to move on to next number. What? Prime number is 3. Is any one of them is divisible by 3? Yes, it is. So I'm going to write down 3. 3 goes into 15 what? 5. And it doesn't go into 5, so I'm going to leave it as it is. So now we're going to move on to what? 5. Yes, these numbers are divisible by 5. I'm going to put down 5 right up here. So you can put down 1 and what? 1, because 5 goes into 5 once and 5 goes into divides into 5 once. Once you do that one, we're going to see that all we got at the bottom are ones. That means this is our stop sign. So what is going to be next thing we will be doing is I want you to go ahead and multiply these vertical numbers. What is going to be that one? You multiply 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. That's going to give you what? 60. Well, that is our answer. So our LCD in this example is simply 60 is our answer. Let's do this example. Now you have to help me out on this one. How are we going to do this one? So once again, what we're going to do is we're going to be playing a game once again. So I want you to draw these lines. I want you to put down these 12 and 15. And now I want you to do it on your own. And even if you have to pause your video, please do so. And now let's go ahead and take care of this thing. Ask yourself, are any of these two numbers divisible by 2? Yes, they are. So just divide it by 2. So I'm going to put down 2 right up here. So how many times 2 goes into 12? 6. 2 goes into 15 evenly? No, it is not. So I am going to leave it as it is. So once again, is any of these numbers divisible by 2 again? Yes, this 6 is still divisible by 2. So I'm going to put down 3 and 15 over here. Now, next number, what we're going to see is our smallest number is what? 3. 3 prime number. Is any one of it divisible by 3? Yes, of course. So I'm going to start with 3 next. I'm going to just put down 3 right up here. 3 goes into 3 once. 3 goes into 15, 5. Now we're going to ask ourselves, what is going to be next one? Of course, that is going to be 5. So I'm going to put down 5. Since 5 doesn't go into 1, so just leave it as it is. 5 goes into 5 just once. And that's it. We achieved that goal. All our ones showed up at the bottom. So that means this is our stop sign. So now what I want you to do is I want you to multiply these vertical numbers, and that is going to give you our LCD. So this is going to be how much? So if you multiply, this is 60. So our LCD in this case is 60, and that is our answer. And finally, we're going to do a little bit different kind of example. We're going to be finding LCD for 3 numbers this time. How are you going to do this one? Once again, we're going to be doing exactly same way. I want you to draw vertical and horizontal bars, and I want you to put down these numbers 8, 15, and 20 right up here. 8, 15, and what? 20. And then what is the next thing we're going to do? I want you to start with 2. Obviously, 8 and 20 are divisible by 2. I'm going to want you to put down 2. 2 goes into 8, how much? 4. We know that 2 doesn't go into 15, just leave it alone. And 2 goes into 20, what? 10. What is going to be next one? Are any of these numbers still divisible by 2? Yes. So I'm going to put down 2 once again up here. So 2 goes into 4 how many times? Twice. It doesn't go into 15, leave it as it is. 2 goes into 10, how much? 5. Ask yourself again, are these numbers still divisible by 2? Any of them? Yes, 2 is divisible by 2. I'm going to just put down 2 right up here. So this is going to become 1. Since 2 doesn't go into 15, just leave it as it is. 2 doesn't go into 5, leave as it is. So let's move on to next smallest. Next number is what? Prime number 3. And we can see that 3 goes into 15. So I'm going to just put down 3 over here. 3 doesn't go into 1. So leave it like this thing. 3 goes into 15. What? 5. 3 doesn't go into 5. Just leave it like this thing. What is going to be our next number? That's going to be, of course, 5. What is going to be 2? So I'm going to put down 5 right up here. So since 5 doesn't go into 1, you just leave it 1. 5 goes into 5 once. 5 goes into 1 5 once. So that's pretty much it. And you can see this one over here. This all ones show up. So that means this is our stop sign. Now what I want you to do is I want you to just go ahead and multiply all these vertical numbers and see what you're going to get your answer. So you just multiply. It's going to be what? 120. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24 times 5 is 120. So thus our LCD turns out to be what? 120. I want you to practice this one, and I'm sure you will practice, you will get it.